Welcome to my new cabin.
Where are you?
Can't you tell? What? I'm at the anchor locker. I worked so hard to pimp the anchor locker that now I want to spend some time here because I worked so hard to get like this. Yeah, you can guess what we're gonna talk about this week, right?
Yeah.
This is something really, really important for us to do before we go to the water, because if we need to test the engine really soon or the sails, we need to have an anchor for safety, right? So that we need to be done before we go to the water. But no worries, we are gonna go to the water really, really, really soon. I think like 2 weeks from now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, this is moving. Is this moving? Where are we?
We are in the water.
Yay!
We made it.
We're not gonna talk about this week. Don't pressure us. In like 2 weeks, you're gonna see the boat splash. But for now, let's talk about the anchor locker.
Yeah. I'm Roberta.
And I'm Duca.
And for the past year, we have been building our own tiny shipping container house, so we can travel around knowing that we will always have this little place that we can call home.
But guess what? We just found our dream project before we expected. This abandoned sailboat. So we are gonna stop building the house for a couple months to bring our boat back to life. And then we're gonna go back and finish the house.
Well, to tell this story properly, we need to go back to the past, to the first week when we bought the boat.
That was a long time ago. We tried to record this episode many times already, because it's hard to tell a story that happens in a period of almost a year and a half. So we are gonna try now, that's the last time, we're gonna do in chapters.
Yeah.
Chapter number 1, the discovery of the anchor locker. That's really, really dirty.
Yeah. And the only thing that we need to replace are these lids, because this one you won't open now because it's really, really rust and it might not close well. Chapter number 2, the pulpit.
Yeah, when we arrived in the boatyard, we looked forward on the boat, and the boat was like, yeah, the pulpit, I guess, the former owner hit something and the pulpit was just like, not straight. I mean, like, it's not something that you need to do, but as we were doing so many things to the boat, we were like, yeah, it's simple, we just take the pulpit off, we sent to Pedro, the welder, and we will straight it up. So me and Chico, Pedro's helper, we took the pulpit off, and left there for like, I think like 5 months at least.
Until we painted the boat.
Yeah, we were doing so many things back then that we even forgot about the poop that was just sitting there, ready to be installed back.
Ta-da! The pulpit's ready to come to place again.
But still, I mean, the poop, it's tricky to get the perfect alignment. We couldn't, it was just like, I don't know, something was wrong with the poop. We couldn't get the right alignment.
And also, I think the support of the anchor is not straight as well on the original weld. So it's like, this is not straight, this is not straight, this is not straight. Everything was not straight, and we decided to do another modification.
Yeah, but we hold on the modification until the end because it was not the right timing to do it, and we had something else that was really important to do. So we were like, yeah, just leave in place, and then we decide what to do with that. So comes the third story, the anchor. What happened to our anchor?
I don't know if you remember, but the boat came with an old anchor, a CQR.
CQR.
CQR?
19 kilograms. The former owner says that the anchor holds well the boat, 19 kilograms, but I think I would be more, how you say it, not confident with a little bit bigger anchor, and we have many more options of designs of anchors nowadays.
And our boat weighs 14 tons, so we were like,
Yeah.
I think we deserve a better anchor. And then a friend showed up with a new anchor for us.
We have an anchor that if you look, you're gonna say that's a Rockna, but that's not a Rockna. That's exactly the same as a Rockna, but not made by Rockna. Rockna doesn't sell in Brazil, and Mantus also don't sell in Brazil. We would buy either a Mantus or a Rockna, but we cannot buy here. So a group of friends got together, got the design, and custom made a lot, like many anchors for themselves. So that means that without profit, just the cost of production, it was really cheap.
But someone made a 27 kilograms anchor for a 32 feet fiberglass sailboat. So
Yeah.
it was a little bit too much for his boat.
And I don't even think he has a wingless. So he used to have a 27 kilogram anchor on a 34 foot. He was like, I never use it. I bought, and it's just too much for my boat. He bought because it was cheap, and everyone bought together. And he's like, if you want, I'm like, yes, we want.
Yeah.
But we need to sell our old anchor. So back then we were already selling our mast. And we sold the anchor to the guy that bought our mast because his boat is smaller than our boat. So for him, it's a good anchor. So with an extra $50, we bought a brand new galvanized anchor. And that was pretty good. The anchor was cheap.
We thought it was really cheap and great.
It was too good to be true.
Yeah, we had a problem when we arrived here.
Yeah, we didn't think about that. We were so excited to find a new anchor that we didn't think that it might not fit our bow.
Yeah. So we needed to do a modification on our bow to fit the new anchor.
Yeah, so we asked Pedro and Chico, the guys that helped us with welding, to come to the boatyard to try to figure out how to build a support for the anchor. So Pedro created a mock-up for the anchor, so we don't need to lift the heavy anchor all the time, and it's less risky and less dangerous. So with the mock-up, me and Chico started trying to design a support. Check this out. Now it's round with a seat there. Yeah, there is a seat that we didn't install yet. We're gonna install a seat there. You like it?
Yeah, I like. With all this ready, now it was time to do the finishings of the chain locker.
Yeah, our chain locker is divided in two parts. the back part of the chain locker is where the chain sits from the windlass, and the forward part is where you can store fenders and where you can store extra ropes. So we need to install this division, and we also want to create some kind of protection on the floor and on the side walls and everything. So of course I went inside to do the last checking of the painting, and that's when the trouble happened.
Let's show them. Instead of telling you,
I'm just gonna give you just a hint. I found one dot, and this one dot of rust gave me 1 week of so hard work. One dot. So if you have a steelboat and you find one dot, try to check what's underneath. It's good. I mean, in bed. Yeah, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So check for yourself.
Wait, what's going on?
Trouble.
What sort?
Yeah, we saw a small bubble on the paint here, and we found out that the guys that painted, they left probably like a little bit of rust behind and then expanded. So now we just need to break around and brine and then the whole thing in paint.
And treat.
And treat before we go to the water, because here is going to be the anchor chain, so no good. Let's do this. Long time I don't see you, my friend.
So what you did there?
I just applied some rust converter just to make sure from 2 days ago to today it won't expand. It's just safety into the hole.
Good luck.
Cheers.
What paint is this one?
You can see, I can write somewhere. Back to the hole. This is hot inside now. Seems like outside is not that hot, but it's really hot today. Are you guys ready? Painting is always tricky. In such a small space is even trickier, but I think I'm getting used to it. I'm not gonna say I'm scared. I'm not scared today. Not scared, no.
It's a nice day for painting. It's hot and the wind's good. Third coat.
Third coat. And to change place. Monkey life. Yeah, as you can tell, I painted again the entire floor of the chain locker. Of course, we didn't have rust in the whole floor.
Yeah.
But we had such a big piece of rust on the front part that I couldn't trust. I rather just do the painting job again now that we are in a boatyard than to find rust really soon. So just as a guarantee, I decided to do the entire floor, and I'm glad I did, because it was a lot of work, but now I'm confident that I know exactly what's underneath of the paint, and we're gonna do well. I'm proud.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
It was a really hard job.
So we had the anchor, we had the support, we have the painting job done. All we need to do is to install the divisions.
And also we decided to do a new deck for the floor because, you know, a metal chain kicking the floor all the time in a metal boat, it was gonna rust.
Yeah, some people might not know that by now.
But we have a steel boat.
Yeah, this is a steel boat. If it was a fiberglass, I wouldn't be that worried. But in a metal boat, I mean, like the chain just
hitting.
At one point, we were gonna have rust. This was all done at the same week all together. But let's focus on the floor first. It's hard to shoot inside of here. Next step is to try to create a template, because we want to have a grid on the bottom of the anchor locker, so the anchor won't touch directly the metal. So we're gonna have like a wooden grid, like a deck, like a wooden deck, right on the bottom. And for that, I need to do some templates so we can create the deck. Yeah, that's so cool. So that's the template for the deck inside of the chain locker. And I asked the guy that built for us the stern platform to use the leftover wood and to cut on the sides already, but he ended up gluing. I didn't ask for that, but well, thanks, I appreciate. And now all we need to do is to cut to the right size, to trim.
What's the plan?
Rookie mistake. We did the template, but the bottom of the anchor locker is smaller than the side, the top, because the walls are like this, right? So that means that this size is the size of the bottom of the floor, but as it's raised, here we have like a finger, extra finger on each side. So now to fix that, because the chain can get stuck on the side, we're gonna cut this piece of wood and glue on each side. It's gonna be good. It's not gonna make any difference.
Which wood's this one?
This is our old platform.
There are two screws here that the epoxy didn't
Cover
cover.
all the way.
So what we're gonna use there?
Sikaflex. Yeah. I mean, like, I don't want to mix more epoxy now. It's just to seal. It's seal because there is a lot of epoxy, but just cover with Sikaflex and it's gonna be fine. And then we need to install that.
Yeah, let's go.
It's like a simple thing, the anchor locker, but it's becoming like a huge puzzle as everything we do. Like, it starts as a small project and then it's just like huge. Yeah, we can try this in place. What do you think?
Yeah. What are you doing there?
I'm just hanging out. Yeah, just enjoying the sun here. No, I'm joking. It's just we need to create a protection for the metal because the chain can just hit the metal and take the paint off with time. So we're gonna just glue pieces of gasket around here. Now we need to measure so we can start doing it.
Fred?
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Fun.
I have a
Question.
question.
You know when
to solve.
You know when you come to talk to the boss and you're afraid to talk to the boss, he just came with bad news probably and just...
No, it's not bad news. It's just a decision.
Yeah.
Your decision.
Yeah.
What's this?
This is primer for the Six Flags. Is this the last time he's coming?
I hope so.
I think that's it.
Next step.
We're done. We need to install this division. Now it's gonna be tricky because once you install this, I cannot come here anymore. And I like it.
Comfy.
Yeah, it's comfy space.
Can I go inside? I have never been there.
Oh, you wanna come here for the first time?
Yeah.
Do you have strong arms?
Yeah, I do have.
You can come. You need to flex your arms. Isn't that comfy? Say hi to the camera.
It's pretty good.
That's the good thing about being small. You can fit anywhere. Isn't that good?
Yeah, let's work.
Stop playing kids.
Now that everything was ready to be installed,
It's time for the dirt job. Yeah, enjoy seeing me get dirt inside a small space.
as usual.
Crazy how sometimes like such a small thing can become like a huge monster. Yeah, this project, I mean, like if I say like, oh, I painted the anchor locker, that's just like, you painted the anchor locker. We didn't paint the anchor locker, we did like a huge transformation to the anchor locker.
My anchor locker.
Pink my anchor locker, and I'm proud. I think it looks so good. I'm confident that it's protected, everything's working properly, but it's not used yet for its purpose. We need to put the chain back to the anchor locker. And in order to do that, we have one more task, one more challenge. What's the challenge?
We need to connect the chain to the rope.
Yeah, I think by now you understood. We have like a rope that's connected to the bottom of the boat in a really strong connection to the hull. And this rope is 50 meters, and then we need to connect this to the chain and then to the anchor. But the connection between the rope and the chain, it's something that needs to be perfect done. Otherwise, no matter how strong the chain is, if this connection is not good, you're in trouble, because whenever you use that means probably you are like in a deep anchorage or you have a lot of wind. So these need to be really trustful. And for that, we have a friend that's going to help us.
Yeah.
And we are right now recording this because we are waiting for him to arrive. Who is helping us?
So Valdir, that's a security guard here in the marina. He has a lot of experience in making ropes and nuts and everything.
Yeah.
So he's gonna teach us
Yeah.
how to do it.
Back then, on the week we arrived in the boatyard, we became friends with him right away. He's a really nice guy. And he said, whenever you need to connect the rope, let me know that I can help you. I've done many times before and I can teach you how to do it.
Now it's time.
Almost a year and a half later, now Valdir is going to help us to do this connection. So basically all we need to do is to do the connection, and then we'll talk about that when you're done, right?
Yeah.
See you guys later.
See you.
Are you guys ready for this? We have a brand new chain. No, it's not a brand new chain, but we got our old chain and we re-galvanized the chain. So now it looks so good. That's it. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, we need to measure. I believe we have 40 meters of chain, but we need to measure to make sure. Is that good, Fred? Brand new?
Yes.
Looks so much better. One last thing we need to do to the chain before we can install it back in place. We need to mark meters. We need to know how many meters of chain we let go. So we're gonna mark every 10 meters. 10 meters. It's really hot today, it's hard even to talk. Yeah, so in 10 meters we're gonna just paint one link. After another 10 meters we paint 2 links, and then after 30 meters we paint 3 links, and that's it. Is that good?
Let's get started. What's next?
Now is the most special moment of the episode. I've been editing this episode the entire week, and I don't have the final footage to finish the episode, and the final footage is to finally have all this in place on the chain locker together. So now, before we connect to the anchor, we're just gonna put the hook up all the way to the chain, and when we have just the end of the chain, we're gonna connect to the beautiful anchor. I'm gonna go upstairs.
Camera in your hand?
Yep,
Are you sure?
yep.
Careful.
I'll try my best. Almost. I told ya. It works. That's so cool. And now I need to go inside for the last time because I need to do the net on the bottom. I need to record this because that's gonna be the first time we raise the anchor. I mean, it's an important moment, right? It's not real, but
Lava! Water!
I'm going home.
It's splashing me! Welcome, please.
It went perfectly.
I think it was made for it. Yeah, it was actually. Yeah, it looks just awesome. By the way, before we end this episode, we just want to let you know that this is just temporary. We're not gonna use the anchor right now. It's just to go to the water and have an anchor here. We still didn't buy the swivel, the one that twists around. We wanted to buy a Mentus one, but we couldn't find in Brazil to sell. Nowhere in Brazil sells Mentus. So if Mentus is listening to that, guys, just contact us. Be nice. I'm joking, but I'm not joking.
And that's it. Now we can erase the anchor locker from our board.
Yeah, by the way, if you don't know, that's our to-do list before we can splash our boat. This boat's been sitting here in the boatyard the same boatyard for over 23 years now. And some people, mean people, are commenting on the video saying they're never gonna splash this boat. Don't believe on that. It's never gonna happen. I'm gonna say to these people, trust me, this is gonna happen. And it's gonna happen in real time because there is a delay in between what we record and what we do. In real time, we are scheduled in the marina to go to the water in 3 days. And that's true. Yeah, I mean, like, don't expect to see this in 3 days because it takes some time to edit the videos.
Yeah.
But check it out. We already, let's be honest, we already have the paint job done. And now,
Patrons time.
Patrons time. So, welcome on board
Lee,
Roger,
Mike.
Hugh.
And we also want to take the donations through PayPal.
Thanks so much, Paul.
And Bartels.
Guys, thanks so much. I think that's it for today.
We are really, really, really close.
Yeah, check this out. I mean, like, centerboard line, we're gonna replace tomorrow.
And this tomorrow.
This
as
is
well.
just the day, that's just the day we go to the water. To be honest, right now we just didn't go to the water yet because we're waiting for the paint to dry so we can paint the, where they stand, support the boat, and we're ready to go to the water.
Finally.
I mean, like, it's even hard to process that.
To sleep.
Yeah, I mean, like, no, it doesn't seem real. I think I will just believe when I see the boat on the water. For now, it's just like, like a theoretical thing. In 3 days, we're gonna go to the water.
But we are going to the water, and then we have some more projects before we set sails. Even more because we don't have the sails yet.
Yeah, we need to order sails.
So after we go to the water, we are gonna do another list. The list the things we need to do before we set sails.
Yeah, and don't expect to see the video next week about going to the water. It takes a few days to edit the videos. So if you're too anxious about that, because some people don't want to wait, just skip the next, I would say, like 2 episodes. I would say 3 episodes we're gonna splash the boat. That's my guess. But I encourage you to watch all 3 because it makes sense to. You need to see the full story. We don't want to skip steps just because we want to show you the boat in the water. Doesn't make sense. We want to show you properly all the steps, right?
Yeah.
See you guys
next
next
week.
See you guys next week.
See you.